Mayday, Mayday! This is Bravo team. We're pinned down, requesting immediate support. The radio crackled violently through the rain-soaked night as the sound of gunfire tore across the mountainside. The storm howled like a living creature, throwing sheets of icy water across the ridgeline, blinding the men in their soaked camouflage. Mud slid beneath their boots. The SEALs had fought through worse, but this time was different. They were deep in hostile territory, their extraction route cut off, their ammo running low. Beyond the swirling mist and rain, they could hear the enemy shouting, closing in like wolves in the dark. Sergeant Cole, the team leader, clenched his jaw as he looked at his men. 5 shadows huddled behind shattered rocks, scanning the ridgeline for any flicker of movement. Every flash of lightning revealed silhouettes advancing closer. They had one last chance to hold the line, but the weight of the storm and the enemy's numbers pressed down like an iron fist. Somewhere beyond the mountain pass, in a crumbling stone watchtower long forgotten by locals, a lone figure watched the battlefield through the scope of a custom sniper rifle. Her hands were steady despite the thunder that shook the earth. Her breathing was calm, measured, as if she had been born to wait in storms. Lieutenant Harper, once a legend among Allied snipers, now operating in secrecy, adjusted her scope, tracking the shifting lines of enemy fighters. Through the static on her earpiece came the desperate voice again. Mayday, Mayday! We're surrounded! She hesitated for just a heartbeat, then keyed her mic. Hold your position, Bravo team. I've got you in my sights. Her voice, low and unwavering, cut through the chaos like a blade. Cole blinked in disbelief when he heard it. He hadn't known there was anyone within miles, let alone a friendly sniper hidden in the mountains. The enemy didn't know either, and that would be their undoing. The storm grew worse, turning the ridge into a river of mud. The SEALs shifted behind cover as the enemy made their push. A flare shot up, casting the battlefield in an eerie red glow. Harper adjusted her scope again, watching the line of fighters creeping toward the rocks where Bravo team held out. She didn't wait for orders. One clean breath in, one slow breath out, and then crack! A single shot cut through the thunder. An enemy scout dropped instantly, collapsing into the mud without a sound. The line of advancing men froze, unsure where the shot had come from. Another lightning flash illuminated Harper's position for just an instant. But by the time the enemy shifted their aim, she had already moved to a new angle. Her presence like that of a phantom stalking the ridge. Cole's men felt a surge of hope. "Who the hell is that?" one of them muttered, reloading. "Guardian angel," Cole replied grimly, his eyes scanning the fog. Through the storm's roar came another clean shot, then another. 2 more figures crumpled on the slope before they even knew they were being hunted. Harper didn't miss. Each time the SEALs thought they were seconds away from being overrun, another of the attackers went down, their advance broken like waves against a rock. The storm roared louder, but now there was a rhythm to it. Lightning, thunder, crack of the rifle, like a drumbeat marking the turning of the battle. For a brief moment, Bravo team regained ground, but the enemy regrouped, sending 2 squads up a narrow ravine to flank them. Cole swore under his breath as he saw movement through the mist. They were trapped between 2 forces, their ammo dangerously low. "We can't hold them off much longer," one of the men shouted over the storm. Cole's mind raced. Then Harper's voice cut in again, calm as ever. "I see them. Give me 90 seconds. The words were simple, but the tone carried something unshakable, like bedrock beneath the chaos. Cole nodded, even though she couldn't see him, and raised his fist to signal his team to hold the line. Harper moved with practiced precision, crawling to a new position, mud soaking through her uniform as rain lashed her face. She knew every second counted. Through the scope, the world narrowed to crosshairs and breath. The storm was a living enemy, pushing the wind one way and then the other, threatening to spoil her aim. She compensated without thinking, adjusting for gusts, waiting for just the right moment. When the lead flanking fighter emerged from the ravine, she didn't hesitate. Crack, he fell. The second man froze, searching the dark only to drop a heartbeat later. One by one, Harper broke the flank's momentum, her rifle singing like a cold, efficient metronome in the chaos. Back at the ridge, Cole's men watched in awe as the pressure eased. "Who is she?" one whispered. Cole didn't answer. In his gut, he knew that sometimes you didn't question the hand that pulled you back from the edge. But as the moments stretched on, the danger wasn't over. Another squad of attackers set up a mortar further down the slope. The next round could wipe out the entire ridge position. Cole slammed the radio. "We need that gun silenced!" Harper had already spotted it. She shifted her position again, now lying prone in the mud, her cheek pressed against the cold steel of the rifle. The mortar team worked fast, but so did she. As the first shell loaded, she fired. The gunner dropped. The second man scrambled to take his place, only to meet the same fate. The remaining crew fled into the storm, vanishing into the darkness like ghosts. For the first time since the ambush began, Cole allowed himself a breath. "Bravo, team, we owe you one," he said into the radio. Harper's reply came with the faintest trace of dry humor. "Save it. We're not out yet." Her voice had an edge, as if she'd been in worse storms before. The men exchanged glances. Whoever this sniper was, she wasn't just another soldier. She was something else entirely, part ghost, part savior, part relentless will.